Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. You may have known him as Brian O'Connor in the Fast and the Furious series, but the late actor was so much more than a one-note star. Though his career was cut short by a fatal car crash in 2013, Walker's career was heftier than many are aware of. With all the love he's been receiving in the comments of our 10 amazing actors who died while filming movies video, we thought we'd reach out to his fans with these 10 amazing facts about Paul Walker. Before we dive into the life and times of Mr. Walker, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell to be notified about our next great archive. After the video, if you liked what you saw, we ask that you hit the like button, and while you're at it, leave us a comment so we can engage in thoughtful conversation with you.
Number 10. Walker's earlier career. Sure, Walker's fame may have come from the Fast and the Furious series, but anyone that's been paying attention since the 80s would recognize him from the horror spoof Monster in Your Closet. Even before that, though, Walker appeared in Pampers diaper commercials in the mid-70s. From the 1980s to his first really recognizable role in Pleasantville, Walker popped up in the occasional cameo or in completely forgettable movies like Tammy and the T-Rex. Number 9. He knew Kung Fu, too. Shortly after his passing, Walker was awarded an honorary black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, it wasn't just a kind gesture by former coach Ricardo Miller. The actor had spent a lot of time obtaining his brown belt and was well on his way to earning the coveted black belt. Walker aspired to become a jiu-jitsu ambassador and often attempted to include some form of hand-to-hand combat in his movies to integrate his training, which he was able to do in the Fast and Furious series. Number 8. Keeping the faith. You may never guess it from looking at him or the roles he portrays in his movies, but Walker was known to those closest to him as being a devout Christian. The actor's earlier years were spent attending the Mormon church and even graduating from Village Christian School in Sun Valley, California. He had even been quoted saying, "Who couldn't believe there's a God? Is all this a mistake?" spoken in regards to the beauty of nature. Number 7. What a modest man. When speaking of the fame of Hollywood, it's not often that you hear the word modest being thrown around, but it's a great way to describe Paul Walker. Not one to latch onto fame, Walker was known for watching his movies only once, and even hated having to do that. According to his father, Paul Walker Sr., his son had even contemplated leaving Hollywood behind in order to live a more normal life with his daughter, Meadow Rain Walker. Cody Walker, Paul's brother, even claimed the actor lived a modest lifestyle. Number 6. A shoe-in for Fast and the Furious. If you're going to hire an actor to star in your movie about fast cars, it's best to bring on someone that knows what they're talking about. Believe it or not, Paul was well suited for his role as undercover cop and car enthusiast Brian O'Connor because of his own real-life love for most things on four wheels. In 2010, Walker jumped behind the wheel of a BMW E92 M3 to race in the Red Line Time Attack and even co-owned Always Evolving, a performance racing shop with Roger Rodas, the other victim of the fatal crash. Number 5. Parttime Stuntman. During filming of the Fast and Furious series, Walker was adamant about getting his hands dirty when it came to a few of the more dangerous stunts. Though there was an able-bodied double on set, the late actor opted to perform many of his own stunts despite urgings from the studio otherwise. Walker was often considered a daredevil on set and also did the bulk of his own driving.
My man, Paul Walker, that's a crazy guy right there. He likes having fun.
Certain stunts, however, like the dangerous bus jump from Furious 7, were left up to professional stunt personnel. Number 4. Engaging the Uphams. It was a chance encounter that left Kyle Upham and his then-fiancée Kristen, now Mrs. Upham, in possession of a $9,000 engagement ring. Right before Kyle's deployment in 2004, the loving couple was shopping for the perfect ring. Unfortunately, as in most situations, a matter of budget came into play and limited their options. That is, of course, until Paul Walker involved himself and started helping Kyle pinpoint the ideal diamond for his bride-to-be. Eventually, the Uphams left the store without a ring, but were immediately pulled back in and handed a bag containing the pricey diamond, a gift courtesy of Paul Walker.
It's still to this day the most generous thing anyone's ever done for me.
Number 3. Jedi Aspirations. Before he was expertly controlling cars, Walker had his sights set on controlling the Force. When Lucasfilm was on the prowl for a teenaged Anakin Skywalker, Mr. Walker threw his name into the hat as potential Jedi candidates. Though he camped out at Skywalker Ranch to show his dedication and read for the role on several occasions, Walker ultimately lost to Hayden Christensen. It's said that Walker and his rival Anakin were both highly considered for the role, but it ultimately went to the latter allegedly for being the younger of the two. Number 2. Paul Walker, Marine Biologist. You'd never guess it from looking at his later filmography, but Walker had a penchant for marine biology, having majored in it at a community college. He idolized Jacques Cousteau and often considered quitting his Hollywood career to pursue exploring the oceanic depths.
I'm still going to be a marine biologist. I'm waiting until I'm 40.
In 2010, he partially fulfilled his dream when he spent 11 days off of Mexico's coast in search of great white sharks for Nat Geo's Expedition Great White. Just before his death, he partook in a Shark Week special titled Spawn of Jaws. 2 years after the death of her father, Meadow Walker started the Paul Walker Foundation to lend aid to wildlife and critters of the deep blue. Number 1. Reach Out Worldwide. Walker wasn't the type of man that enjoyed throwing his fame and exploits out for all to revel over. That may be why you haven't heard of his affiliation to the charitable network of Reach Out Worldwide. The charity, which didn't really use Walker's Fast and the Furious star power for promotional purposes until after his passing, focuses on providing relief to disaster areas across the globe. His work as a humanitarian around the world has gone noticed in places like Pelue, Chile, which named a street after him for his assistance after the 2010 earthquake. Thanks for watching. Know of any other interesting facts about Paul Walker? Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe.